So welcome to TildeVision Ideas once again. TildeVision Ideas is a program that explores ideas and concepts in the following areas: psychology, parapsychology, consciousness, ESP, dreams, spirituality, healing, creativity, quantum physics, business, wealth, and the Word of God. As you know, I'm very curious, very interested in meeting people of all different walks of life, different attitudes, different belief system, different creativity. Um, uh, my director, Joey Walters, he's a business expert. He doesn't know that, but I do. And Jonathan Griffith is my audio person. And he is too charming. I just spoke with him a little while ago. Want to thank them because they help me a lot, especially with anything techie. I guess I need to learn techie, and there's a part of me that's being resistant to that. But I do deal, and I'm curious about life in general. You know, where we come from, where we're going, et cetera, et cetera. I want to thank once again Ryan for tuning in to this Zoom. It's an interview. Within the interview, we'll talk a little bit about his personal experiences that he may have had recently or past. He owns a shop in Massachusetts where he sells jewels, the gems, the stones. And he creates different things. He's very creative, and so he makes up things. Oh, there goes my phone. Sorry. That my daughter. Let me call you back. I'm doing the Zoom. Bye.
Don't worry. Bye.
So, anyway, I got sidetracked a tiny bit. Sorry about that. So anyway, I wanted to make sure that I give credit to the people that helped me. It's wonderful to show gratitude. You know, there's something about being thankful. It raises your own vibration. It raises the vibration of the person doing for you. And so I acknowledge that. I'm certain 100% beyond a shadow of a doubt the effects of being grateful. So those are the two people that I want to thank for now. And of course, I want to thank Ryan for sharing and being so open with his life. And Eddie. Eddie is right there. Oh, I'm glad I see more of you. Before I was seeing only a piece of you. So yeah, I want to focus on this Zoom interview. I would like to focus, beside the personal vibration, I'd like to focus on the business, the shop. How did that come about, Ryan? What made you go in that direction? And when did that happen?
So I guess it happened kind of because I was getting kind of cluttered because I was collecting so many crystals. So I decided maybe I should start selling them. I have so many. I practically already had an inventory. So I just went on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and started selling them on there. Things kind of took off, and before I knew it, I started renting a space, selling them out of there. And then I started offering my services as a psychic, as an energy healer. Just started getting more and more clients, meeting more and more people. I teach classes. I travel to different states to do that. And just everybody loves crystals. They're just the best tool.
Yeah, they sparkle and they're colorful, that's for certain. It's interesting that you do the traveling. In the past, people have traveled to the studio because that's where I do my program. So people would come in, they would literally fly in to be part of the TV program. So I prefer that way. I never enjoyed the traveling. I suffered.
I would much rather be there in person.
Oh, well, they would be in
I just
person.
wanted to come.
You wanted to, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, it's very different, definitely, but they would come to the studio. I would see them. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they did the traveling. I didn't have to suffer that jet lag. Uh, and it's good that you have discovered this gift within yourself. Now, I'd like to ask, who's the business mind behind all this?
Both of us.
Okay.
Like he's better with the finances. I'm more gifted, having more abilities and that sort of thing.
All right. So Eddie, you're the brains in terms of the money.
Yes.
How much
Yes.
money is coming in, how much money is going out. Very
Yeah.
good. I don't have that gift. I really don't. But I'm developing it. Yes. Yeah, because as you get a little older, so you do expend energy, time, your skill, your talent, your tools.
Always.
Uh-huh.
You're always learning something every day.
Yes. And recently, like let's say 2 weeks back, a woman came. She did the traveling, and she brought her table, and she did something called raindrop on my spine. Raindrop, and
I've never heard it.
I know it. They use. You need to go through the training, become certified, in order to charge whatever. Anyway, so she did that, and then I did dream work with her. We bartered. We had an exchange. No monies were exchanged, but the fact that she shared her gift with me for my benefit, then I shared my gift with her for her benefit. So it turned out beautifully. But she did the traveling. There was something that I wanted to ask you about this vibration that you speak about. Would you like to address that?
Of course, it's a very important part of everybody's daily life. Everyone has a personal vibration level. If your vibration levels are low, you have low energy, you're more susceptible to getting sick. You could be depressed, you'll have blocked chakras. Your vibration levels are very high, you're very much in tune with your intuition, you have a lot of happiness, you're full of energy, and you just feel great.
Okay. Okay. So you took it in that direction. So I often speak on my programs about the hormones and
The
how,
hormone.
yeah, the hormones. Yeah. What happens is that when your hormones are up, functioning adequately, what happens is you get the good, it's called the good feel.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. The good,
Okay, that makes sense. Yep.
that
It
makes a
could be the
lot of
same
sense.
thing.
Uh-huh. But it's a very physical, it's medicine will talk about that a little more. So I don't want to go through the list of the hormones because I want to know as much as I can about you. So, okay, so I understand the vibration. And that's akin to the energy.
It is key and vital. If I'm doing a reading, if I'm working on someone, I need my vibrations as high as possible so I can tap into energy, so I can be with my intuition, my spirit guide. You have to.
Yes, because then you become very optimistic, very hopeful, expecting the very best. Of course, all that.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, let's talk about the shop and what you do. And I know that you're creative. Now, Eddie, do you? What's going to it? Oh, there you go.
Virtual background.
Uh-huh.
The background.
Uh-huh. Don't move too much, Eddie, because you disappear from view. So tell me, when you create a piece, Eddie, do you give him input? Do you give him feedback?
I'm always there. Like if he needs help doing like energy healing with the Reiki, I'll step in and help him out. Like and use my energy on top of his, because sometimes people like to resist. And sometimes he tries to get me to help him, and sometimes I'm like, no, I can't. It's too much. So like we definitely do help each other out with our gifts. I've had plenty of premonitions in my life. One happened 4 years ago. All of a sudden, I just told somebody something was going to happen, and it happened 4 days later. I've actually astro projected myself at some times.
All right. So your gifts are coming. Don't move too much. I don't want to lose you out of sight. All right. So okay. So your energies get meshed sometimes when you're working with other people.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You did mention that you did some work for a person on the phone. You called the AT. Did you say
Yeah, I was on
AT&T?
customer support with AT&T.
AT&T. Okay, and she was able to acknowledge, receive, and she cried.
Yeah, I just ended up giving her a random reading, and the poor lady started crying. I really helped her.
Wonderful. So I would like to experience what you do. So I'll give you a task,
Okay.
a very specific task. So I had a complete blood work done. Everything is fine. They checked everything, my thyroid, hormone, everything. Everything came back beautiful, normal, but I'm losing my hair. And so, that's concerning, especially for a woman. Well, a man as well. Eddie, I see you have no problems in that area. You couldn't care less.
I have very thick hair. My body overheats too much. So I gotta let the heat energy to leave my body.
It has burned it off. I hear you. But okay, but I don't want to lose mine. I mean, so let's say you do a Reiki healing on me, Ryan,
Mhm.
and the focus is for me to produce hair. It's thinning, it's disappearing right before my eyes, and uh, uh, those words that I just said is negative. Let me replace it. I have a beautiful mane of hair. Did you notice what I just did? I corrected my but I had to tell you the situation so that you would know. But for me, I said, "Oh, look at all this hair! Look."
Your hair looks fabulous.
Thank you. Now, so if you were to do a Reiki session on me with that focus, because this is my crown chakra.
Yes.
Uh-huh. I mean, you tell me what information you need from me in order for you to do your work.
For me to work on you, all I would need is a picture of somebody.
Well, you have me right here.
Exactly. I would use smoky amethyst on you.
I beg your pardon?
Smoky amethyst.
Okay, that one. Okay, that's my crown.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my crown chakra color. All right, go ahead.
I've already been told this crystal is the one that would help you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a spiritual crystal. It also helps support new growth.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to let you speak. So I'm going to be quiet because you're going to be doing Reiki, and you're concentrating on my crown, my hair.
And I also have another crystal.
Yes, that's clear.
This is optical calcite.
Uh-huh.
It doubles the healing capacity of whatever crystal I put it next to.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to do some remote Reiki on you, and I want you to tell me if you can feel it.
Mm-hmm. My question to you is, do I feel it right away?
Some people do.
Mm. And what should I feel?
Kind of like a warm, tingling, a little bit of vibrating.
I don't mean to be resistant, but I'm focusing on my crown.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? My attention and intention is there for hair growth, or health, or circulation, all of that. So I'm letting you know what thoughts are crossing my mind. So uh, when I do that, regardless of anyone looking at me or touching me or intending anything, I feel my own intention. So how can I determine if it's the work that you're doing?
How can you determine? It would feel different.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's energy feels different.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is it appropriate for me to ask you what you're thinking?
I'm just imagining your hair growing. I'm just imagining the energy from the universe flowing into your crown chakra.
And I'll visualize me with more hair. All right, just for the viewer's sake, because we're here looking at each other. I feel good. I mean, I always do, but I feel good. I feel very happy. I feel good. And up until this moment, I had not bothered visualizing uh, my hair growing. I just decided at this spur of the moment, at this very moment, to allow you to work on me, to demonstrate your gift. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Now, may I tell you what I perceive in you?
Yes, of course.
All right. So, I see your intent. I see what is it that I'm looking at? The effort. Mm-hmm. I feel the impact. I'm very sensitive, by the way, so I can feel the impact.
I know.
Mm-hmm. And I'm paying attention, by the way.
Me too.
Can you imagine if suddenly my hair grows out this much?
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, that's wonderful. But listen, Ryan, I want to thank you. I did feel energized. I felt energized from my neck up, this whole area.
Yeah, I didn't say it, but I knew you needed some more energy in more than one of your chakras.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What other chakra did you happen to pick up?
Your third eye.
My third eye, really?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Okay. Well, since the third eye is here, I felt it from
Your throat chakra too.
yeah, from here up. Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm
I'm going to stop now with the.
go. You go. You were gonna say something.
I actually have a remote Reiki doll.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a voodoo doll.
Okay.
Never say Buddha.
It has all the chakra symbols on it.
Don't use
The word Buddha.
and the reason that word, it has a negative connotation for some people. They may not understand it. It's just like a doctor. He would not call his, if he's showing you a heart or he's showing you the skeletal body, he makes sure that the words come as positive. So I'm just cautioning you for the future because people don't understand. You know, they have their models. Call it a model.
A remote Reiki tool.
Yes. Did you hear him?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Remote Reiki tool.
Remote Reiki tool. It's
Okay.
one of the instruments that you use. It's the model that you use. Okay. So
You're the first time I did this without the tool.
okay. And which way do you find it more effective?
I felt it was about the same.
All right. Now, going back to when you were 12 years old, I'm going to quickly bring you to the present. So,
Okay.
at 12 years old, you're seeing things?
Yep.
You're hearing?
Wasn't so much. I mean, I would hear noises around the house and stuff. Like I wasn't hearing voices.
Oh, noises. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you feel when that was happening?
I was terrified.
Oh, fear. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry you felt
Like
fear.
I didn't know what was going on either.
Right. Only for the viewer's sake, you know, sometimes when it's a young person, you were 12, you're young, and parents don't know. So, you know, they'll call in the exorcist, they'll call in the psychiatrist, the psychologist, all the above plus plus. So
Yep.
it's very frightening. And for some people,
So
go ahead.
the person my mom had come in, he's a well-renowned medium psychic now. But back then he was just beginning, but he taught me how to meditate. He taught me how to channel my energy. He basically saved me.
Yeah. Yes, it's a good word. We're always being saved. Because what happens when you enter a realm that you don't know, and fear, especially if fear comes in, it paralyzes you.
Yep. I was literally paralyzed sometimes. Like I was frozen in fear because of this at some points.
Sad. And the person suffers a lot.
5 minutes.
Thank you. Unnecessarily. So, interesting. So many
That's
people.
one of my main reasons why I love to teach people about this, because I don't want anyone to go through that.
Oh, okay. So, all right. There are a lot of people in the world that are suffering, different kinds of suffering. Mostly it's in the mind. It's their thoughts. And when you don't understand something, you fill in the gaps. You create because you want to understand it. So you fill in the gaps and you create. And these people may or may not create monsters. And they'll call it that. They'll call it monsters and very frightening, very ugly, and any level of stress. Stress is a major factor, will cause people to go in that direction. I can hear it in the words that the people use. So the whole idea is to get them away from that. Because they'll see a sign and they'll misinterpret it. They'll give it a different meaning. A meaning that's kind of dark and gloom and doom and all that stuff. Okay. So I'm very happy to hear that you don't like people to suffer. And so since you suffered, you don't want, so that shows your level of compassion. Okay. I want to talk a tiny bit about myself. So in my case, yeah, I can see, I can detect suffering. The person doesn't even let me to tell me. I can see it in their facial expressions. I can see it in their whole behavior. We have a lot of nonverbal behaviors that we are not aware, but they're there. So the idea is to be able to read those behaviors. How many? Okay, so I have my timer over here. He does everything for me. So I'm very happy that you decided to use your gift in this way to help people. In less than a minute, have you ever encountered someone that you felt they were beyond your reach of helping?
Almost.
Mhm.
I've ran into a few people that were very, very hard to help.
Mhm. Okay. And when that happens, well, what did you do? What did you do when that happened?
Those were the few times where I felt stuck and I actually needed assistance from Eddie and his spirit guide to help.
All right. I have how many seconds?
1 point.
Okay. So I want to thank Ryan once again and Eddie for sharing of their life experience. When we attempt to do something and we can't at that point in time, that doesn't mean that you eventually you won't be able to that particular challenge. It's good to be honest with yourself and say, oh, this is too difficult for me at this point in time. Therefore, I can't help you. But come back, or whatever you decide to say. It's wonderful to look at ourselves and our inability or capacity at that point in time. And perhaps the next challenge will be dealt with more efficiently. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ryan. Thank you so much for watching TildeVision Ideas. Bye now.
Have a good day.
Likewise.